Welcome, everyone. It is 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I am Rachel Chase, and we'll probably start this call a couple of times as we allow people to join us. Hello, Livy. Hey. Yes, so tonight is going to be a little bit interactive. If you're on the Facebook Live, we'll be asking some questions. And essentially what we'll do at some point, probably halfway through the call, is hello, Kelly, welcome. We will be sharing some intentions together, essentially for the purpose of allowing each other's energy and love and appreciation to witness each other's intentions for how we are being in the world. And I'll get into that a little bit later in the call. But while we're waiting for others to hop on in the teleseminar, just looking to see, looks like we've got a couple people on, and it's 9:01. So while we're waiting for everyone to come on the Facebook Live or the call, just take a minute to center. So wherever you are, getting comfortable. We'll be doing this for about an hour together tonight. And we have a lot of powerful energy going on right now. So just give yourself a little bit of time. Give yourself a moment to get a little bit of water or tea or something nice. Get your journal, get a pen. If you use oracle cards or you have an inspirational book that you love that you've had around lately or you haven't looked at in a while but you want to pick up, go have that nearby. Anything that inspires you and makes you feel connected with your intuition or is something that makes you just feel good, have it nearby your practice tonight as we do this beautiful process. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a beautiful moment. Let's take some time in mindfulness together to take some breaths, to deeply inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Coming into your body and your breath and acknowledging that we are all here together. Whoever is listening to this or watching this at a later time, that whatever we're doing it in a space of no time, or maybe just a different sense of time and space. We're going into a different zone of time and space together. Just allowing for this time to be a very sacred practice or process wherever you are and whenever you are listening or watching, focusing on this information, this energy, and bringing in a real presence to being here, acknowledging all of the other beings around the world that are with us, that are very much together in the intention to gather and elevate and contemplate and heal and grow and be together. So we'll start off with a little bit of honoring of what it is we're here to do, which is to energize our creative activities, to energize our intentions, to energize our lives. The new moon is about new beginnings. And it's also about release, because the only way to make way for the new is to clear and let go. And maybe this has been said a million times, and maybe it'll be said a million more times. But the question that we start off with before we are looking at our newness, what we're creating next in life, is what can we let go of? And then how can we get really present to what is happening right now? Because truly that change that we might be looking for, that growth that we might be trying to cultivate, as I'm sure you know by now, can only truly happen if we get really, really clear and present in this moment with ourselves and get really, really honest with ourselves, right? Hi, Suzanne. Hello. So I'm going to just start us off by just talking a little bit about what the theme of the call is, which is your new paradigm. So what the heck does that mean, and why is that theme being chosen for us for this new moon? We might start to think about a paradigm as the way we operate, right? The stories or definitions that are in place that operate in a sense or run our lives, that we have attached ourselves to consciously or unconsciously for the most part. Now, the first question that might come to mind is, yeah, but I mean, I want all these things to be different, and what do I need to do to create this life that I want, right? So automatically going into this, what do I need to do? Oh my gosh, it's a kind of a frantic energy, right? It's like a reactivity from a place of things are not okay, right? So what we're invited to do right now is let go of that left brain conditioned response, to do. What do I have to do? And just let go and let that question just fade off into the distance. Just let it fade off on a cloud right now and be taken by the light. Give it to the light. Imagine a beautiful rainbow and just give that question to the rainbow. Because right now we have the sun and the moon in Pisces, we have Mercury in Pisces, we have Venus in Pisces, all this Pisces energy, which is dreamy and watery and supports our intuition and our psychic abilities and our deeper intuitive body knowingness, what we know to be true and what we can sense into our inner systems. We have these inner systems. We can sense where our body parts are without even seeing them with our eyes. We can sense where right side up and upside down is because of our vestibular system in our bodies. We can sense what is true and what is false because our gut is telling us something. We can sense the connection with life because we can watch the sunset and the birds are talking to us and the trees are wind and the air is, and we can sense things, And that's what's happening right now. We're being shown how to sense, the inner sense. And all this wateriness is about going into those depths. So tonight is really about going into the depths of your being. And if you want to just not watch the video and just listen and lie back and be super introspective, I'm going to take us slow right now. That's how I'm feeling. Like, let's just go really slow. And take a breath. So more the question right now is, what am I being? What do I want to be? How do I want to be right now with myself? Are there some feelings inside of holding on to an identity that just doesn't belong to you? Maybe like a clinging to the way you think things should be about something, whatever it is, a relationship, another person, yourself, your habits, your home, your projects, and your work life. Have you gotten caught in the rigmarole of a plan that feels like a sticky web that has got you caught, that it's hard to get out of? And that's that paradigm thing that we're talking about here. And why the paradigm? Well, we'll get into the movement of the planet Uranus or Uranus in a little bit too. But we're starting to find out what that might be about right now. So maybe when you say, what can I let go of inside of myself right now? It's not words that come. Maybe it's not, you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's a feeling in your body. Maybe it's a feeling, a sensation, right? So if you're joining on the call or you're just coming on Facebook Live, I'll be doing the interactive part in a little bit. Hello to everybody who's been coming on. We will be witnessing each other's intentions. We're going to create a clear statement. So for those of you who watch this or listen to this later, please consider that we're coming to that. So all of this is to come to that so we can witness it in a very powerful, beautiful way and send it into the quantum reality field of infinite possibilities to shift things in a gentle, loving, kind, and powerful way to create what we're intending to create from the place of our higher self, from the place of the aspect of who we are that can see everything from a wise mind perspective and know that there's more to us than meets the eye, that there is more to us than we can fully be capable of understanding in the limited scope of our awareness. But we're starting to get a glimpse, an idea, aren't we? We're waking up to understanding those parts that we just are just beyond the veil. Just awareness of this veil of the forgetfulness when we are birthed into this lifetime and we go into a space of a sort of a muted memory about where we came from as a whole being. And now we're remembering that we are a whole being, but the question is, how do we get back to that? So what I'm switching us tonight from doing is from how to how am. So let's take a minute to go into the body space and just kind of notice, where is that perhaps holdingness that you're feeling as a tension? And I'm going to bring in a little bit of a healing energy process for us right now. I've got a crystal bowl here, my Tibetan singing bowls, and I'm going to do some toning, some vocal toning here. Just sit back for a minute, put your hands on your body somewhere. Maybe you're sitting or you're lying down. Just take a deep breath and bring in some energy from above and let it flow down through your body. Just let it flow down, keep flowing like a river. make a little bit of sound here. Just project it down into your body. A little bit of like a roaring or like a humming. Emoting whatever emotion is there to be cleared. Just make a sound out your mouth. Maybe a moan or a sigh or something to clear the emotion, because sound is the powerful healer. It clears the emotional space so we can find the freshness and the newness in the moment. And the most powerful way to do that is with your own voice. At first, it may feel strange and unusual, but I tell you what, over time, it gets easier and easier. And someone who I've learned from over the years is Peggy Black. And I learned all this from her in terms of not all of it. I've got some other teachers out there, of course, sound healers. But in terms of the fact of the emotional clearing with your voice and understanding it on a deeper level, I really contribute that to Peggy Black, because it has helped me so much. So just being in your body and taking a breath. So I did post a little bit more on the dialogue there about, what defenses can I let go of? Am I holding on to a narrative that has been running my life? A story that I did not choose? These can be things to really contemplate at this time. And tomorrow essentially is the new moon. It's coming into play tonight, but technically speaking, it's tomorrow. And so I wanted to do this tonight for scheduling reasons, as well as to sort of kind of get the ball rolling so that you're in this real loving space with yourself throughout the day tomorrow. And just kind of considering your interconnectivity with all of life, and that we're all in this together. And also wondering, can you sort of strip down all of those layers? And maybe it's not going to happen in an instant, but how can we ask ourselves about doing that? To strip down those layers of those stories to that core of the inner light that you truly are, and shine that light. Sometimes we think, who am I to do all these things I want to do in my life? But the thing is the more people that wake up to that light within and shine that light, the better we'll all be, right? So here we are, Sun and Moon in Pisces, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, Venus in Pisces. Intuition, psychic ability are at a high right now. So you may be having a hard time focusing on mundane things and just wanting to daydream. And this is a perfect time to do that. So I'm excited that we're doing that together tonight. And, it just really clearing any fog in the mind right now, where we feel like it's foggy, where it doesn't need to be, because I think the fog comes in sometimes when we're straining our brain too much. So slowing down right now and just simmering in the beauty of this energy, enjoying it. We may not be able to do this as much as we'd like, or feel supported to do so in a culture that puts such a high value on the left brain productivity and the future focused endeavors. So let's just be in the now for a moment here. And to contemplate our intentions. And it may be surprising to you what comes through. What do you see for yourself? How do you want to be? This Pisces represents our desire or need to be in touch with our dreams and ideals in our lives. Our creativity, our expansive thinking, our hunches, and our spiritual guidance, divine guidance, intuitive guidance, whatever you want to call it. And in that is the purpose. And that is the why, also. So here's the big thing that's happening right now also, and I'm going to just bring this in now. When I started doing these new moon visioning circles last May 2018, the planet Uranus had just moved into Taurus after having been running through the constellation of Aries for about 6-7 years. So Uranus is the disruptor. It really shakes things up and breaks us out of our boxes. It's going to have, it symbolizes, it's not like the planets are doing this to us. The planets are telling us a story, and it's up to us to decide what it means for our lives and how we want to use that story. It's a reflection of what we're experiencing, which is this great disruption of all of these structures, right? These paradigms that represent what Taurian energy is all about. And as Sarah Varkas, one of my very favorite astrologers, says, the lessons of Taurus are how to create security and stability, how to meet physical needs and create lasting structures that enable growth and development, and have been the core, these have been the core challenges of humanity for millennia. So essentially, your ideas about what your lifestyle is about, how you eat your food, how you live in a home, the way you get around, the way we exchange money, information, what is money anyways, right? I think, what we're hearing is that a lot of that is changing too, right? Technology, how we create community. And this is all Taurus stuff. So for the next 7 years, this is all going to get changed even more than it has, right? So the question is, what energy imprint do you want to be putting into that field of great change? So we have a choice to live in fear of that change and worry about how it's all going to play out, or fear about who's in control, or we can choose to come at it from a place of change is definitely happening. So many things are going to be upended and turned over. How can I show up and put my energy into that situation to flow with it and to embrace what changes come and to be an active participant in creating it with the energy of collaborative cooperation, non-competitive community creating, right? How can I be a part of that by putting my true self into the energy of that, to be real, just to be me, to allow myself to be me in a culture that has maybe not supported that for all of us. Many of us have not felt supported to just be who we are. We've had to push ourselves into certain lanes or systems or paradigms and say, okay, I'm going to do that when I grow up because that's what this culture tells me I need to do. So in order to do that, I got to wear this thing. I got to do this thing. I got to take that class. I got to get this thing and then put on the thing and become the thing in order to get the thing and live the right way. Right? And I truly believe that what's happening is that we are more than ever going to be supported to be what and who we truly are, as things are sort of moving around and things are sort of falling away. We get to create this new world. And it starts with you creating your new paradigm for yourself. And right now, it could just be a question mark. It could just be, what is my new paradigm? What do I want to be? How do I want to be? So if you're on the Facebook Live, hi everybody. Oh, hey girls and ladies and women, and oh my goodness. Now I can get over here and look and see who's in here. Okay, Yomira's, Mary, Suzanne, Samantha, Peggy, Amy, Trish, Susanna, Kelly, Livy. Oh, thanks, loves. So nice to have you here. And, you know, in the future, whoever's going to be watching, I'm saying welcome and hello to you too. So here we are at the point in the call where I'd love for us to sort of create these statements that we're going to share with each other, and we're going to witness them for each other. And this is the part of it where that's really the circle, that's really the intention circle, where we say, I intend to be, or I intend to have, and then create a statement that's an affirmative, almost like an affirmation, but it's really like a clear vision of the way you want it to be for yourself. And this could be on an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level, something having to do with your health or habit or dream or possibility. It can be concrete, it can be not concrete. But if you have your journal out, let's just take a minute to reflect. And maybe you've already created a statement that you can't wait to share with the group. But before we do the sharing with the group, let's take that moment here. Let's just take that moment. Let's take a pause and come into gratitude for each other. Real appreciation for the community that we cultivate, that we do cultivate. We really do. I'm so grateful for you. In all these years here that we've been doing this together, that we've been creating this together. And how amazing is that? How amazing is that? It is so precious. And even if this is as far as we get personally, you know, there are so many others out there that are doing this work with us. And it keeps on and carries on. The hearts, and minds, and lives, and footsteps, and voices, and intentions of all our sisters and brothers, our human, lightworker, collaborative creation family, our soul family, and that is what we are, no doubt. So I'm going to start. So my intention goes something like this. And no, I did not pre-rehearse this. I'm just bringing it forth in this moment with you and asking you, my soul family, to witness this from your heart and hold this vision with me that I am creating a prosperous and flourishing and loving, healing community in the world now. And so it is. So with that, if you would like to please, if you don't feel like it, there's absolutely no pressure to do this. But I would love it if you would contribute in the comments on the video there. I intend, and maybe it's something burning that you can't wait to create, this new seed that you're planting. So as you write your intentions in the comments, we will be witnessing. And as you are listening to the conference call, those of you listening, I know I don't have a way to do the chat with that because it would just be too much managing. But those of you watching the video, as your intention statements come to you, and those of you watching this later, as your intention statements come to you, know that everyone watching this and gazing upon those words has the highest and best of heart and mind, because that's all I attract. That's all I attract. I have set a clear intention to attract that into my life and in my community. And I know that's who's going to be here showing up for you in this circle. So brave souls, feel free to comment, put your intentions in the comments on the Facebook Live chat. And I'm going to read the first one that's popped up here and just honor it together. I intend, she says, Livy, we're with you, sister. I intend to be an enlightened healer, to remove ancestral trauma, provide physical, spiritual, and mental healing, and create light abundance to myself and others. Livy, so it is. So it is. Thank you so much for your presence all these months and months, and I know years now, even though I don't see you in person these days because we live not so close. I'm so grateful for your support, your contributions, your heart, and your vulnerability. Thank you so much for bringing your strength and heart. Thank you. So anyone else who feels called to continue to write your intentions, please do so. Even if it's just a short statement, I would be so grateful for your interactive participation tonight. I know we don't usually do it this way on the call, but I just really felt that it's so important for us to create circle community and loving energy around our intentions because it bolsters them up. It just does. It's such a great support for what we're creating in our lives. So as you're meditating on that or just listening, or maybe you're not able to type in the chat box because you're like listening on your phone doing something, totally fine. But please, whenever you feel called to do so on the call, you're welcome to do so, and I'll see it pop up and I'll jump on there. And as we hold space for that, I'm going to just read from, again, this is the deck I've been using this year, Alana Fairchild Crystal Mandala Oracle deck. And I pulled this card for us tonight, and this is this is certainly a meaningful card, I'm going to say, because I did pull this card as I've been visioning this business that I'm creating here that is just happening in a very organic way, unlimited healing for all. It's just a continuation of everything I've been doing and more. But this is the card I pulled for guidance around my intention for unlimited healing for all. And it's also the card that got pulled serendipitously tonight for our new moon visioning call. So I want to say just a little bit more about Uranus going into Taurus. So when I started the visioning calls last May, it had just moved into Taurus, but then this November, past November, it moved back into Aries because it went into retrograde. So tomorrow, on the day of the new moon, it is going back into Taurus for that 7-year stretch. Okay, so here we are, full circle. I was being guided to do these new moon visioning circles every month last May. And now here we are, almost a year later, going full force into this new paradigm, right? So here this new energy is, and we may feel it right away. It may take place over time. However it shows up is going to be different for all of us. But together, well, all these things that we're doing, we are putting in this energy of for the highest and best for all beings, whatever we're doing, right? That is the core spirit and intention of our work together. And what I've found is that those that have been attracted to work with me or come into community with me are yourself healers, helpers, facilitators, community leaders, passionate, powerful, mostly women. So, I am so excited for what's to come. And I'm also being shown that next month is probably going to be the last official new moon visioning circle that I'm committing to do every month because it's a full year. And then it'll sort of transition to just like, we'll do this similar thing and maybe it'll be a new moon visioning call from time to time. But I do those Tuesday tune-ups on Instagram Live. I'll keep doing those. And I'm going to do a little more regular sort of like as the spirit moves me, live videos like this that will be posted more regularly. A little bit shorter maybe seasonally they'll be a little longer. So I just wanted to sort of acknowledge that I think next month is going to be the last official new moon visioning call, but who knows, maybe May will pop up as one too. But I have a sense that as I'm moving into new projects and really putting some energy into creating some online courses and creating some, downloads for all that kind of stuff. Anyways, new creations are happening. I'm going to need to make some time, in other words. So I just want to read about this amazing card here for us. And what this card says, for those of you listening on the call, I'm going to just put on my little light on my cell phone so I can see. It is the goddess Gaia, of course. And as we're moving into this new, in Taurus is Earth. It's an Earth sign. It's all about structures and how we're taking care of the Earth and what we're doing about our relationship with the Earth. This is a huge part of what's happening right now, obviously, in our world. I mean, come on, right? But in a real way, we are given an opportunity here to change that. It's not too late. I don't believe that at all. So, here we are. We get to do something. So it's Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper is the stone. So just to consider the energy of the ocean and the earth right now. And consider how we are deeply connected in the planet. And nothing can take that away from you. Nothing can take that away. That core knowing that reminds us who we truly are and what we truly are, and expands our minds and our thinking into what is possible to live from that place of being. And the theme of the card is called Goodwill. I'm going to read a little bit about this to you while you consider your personal intentions. And maybe another one will come through as you're listening to this that you want to share in the Facebook video comments. Okay, I'm going to it here, 45. I want to finish tonight with a really nice sound healing for everybody. So after this, let's see. There it is. Okay, 47, 46, 45. We bring you the empowerment of goodwill. There is a type of spiritual power that you can create which benefits and protects you, whilst mutually empowering others to take their journey and experience divine success The spiritual power known as goodwill is generated by how you feel inside and the attitude you cultivate toward others. So just think about that for a minute. The attitude we cultivate toward others, the feeling we feel inside. Are we trying to convince others of something? Are we trying to get someone else to be something else than we're looking at in front of us? Or are we just being with them as they are? And that ain't no easy task. But just doing that, one thing. And I want us to think about that in terms of doing that for ourselves. Just doing that one thing can create so much relief for the other person and for yourself. And hey, this is something I've been working on and continue to work on, which is letting go of this pressure that I put on myself, that we put on ourselves, this pressure. Where does that come from? Is it yours? Does it belong to you? This pressure? You know? What's the point? Yeah. You know, so goodwill means, yeah, I can just be here with you. I can just be here with myself. You know, can you feel that? Yeah. Maybe then when that happens, a little, maybe some tears come, you know, it's okay. It doesn't have to be because I feel sort of inside. I have to find out why, like in the mind space, and figure it out. You know, like when we're someone else, letting go of the need to figure them out. Figure out what I can do to, you know, these games we play with each other. Stripping it down. I'm just going to read a little more of this card because it's so inspiring. When you know you have value, it is easy to recognize the value in another. When you feel encouraged by the universe, it is easy to encourage others. As you put out support, encouragement, and goodwill for the success of all beings, this energy is amplified and returned to you. Let's just consider that for a moment. You know, those of you who may be listening and just journaling while you're listening, or just allowing these words to go into your subconscious, into your heart. Just taking some time to honor the passage of time and change, and nurture the things that sustain us through unavoidable turmoil. Because we don't plan for turmoil, do we? No. But it comes. Things happen. And it is how we take care of ourselves, that invites the quality of the way that we move through the turmoil. For taking really good care of ourselves, which is not always easy and not always supported, again, in a culture that doesn't necessarily put a high value on taking time. But it's up to you to take a stand for that in your life and trust that you will be supported to do so. Because there is support. There is so much support. Look at this circle we have. Look at this community we have. So, thinking again about the new moon, the new beginning, and the new paradigm that is inevitably being created, and this a letting go, being mindful of what you create. The fresh newness is here. It's here. And how are we approaching it? So I'm going to close with a sound healing here for us, just to nurture ourselves. I did some nurturing for myself today. I watched the sunset, took a bath, took a nap. Yeah. So, what did you get to do for yourself? Is this what you're doing? I'm glad this is what you're doing. I'm glad. All right, so just taking some breaths, coming to healing space, the body. Just letting the thoughts float on by. And whatever you're feeling in your body space, just giving it full permission to be there just as it is. Giving yourself permission to be however you are right now. No need to try to change anything or be anything else but you. Just you as you. The divine spark of life. A precious, glittering grain of sand. The cosmic cloud of stars twinkling, moving through space and time. That is you. You are that. The entire universe is inside of you, and you are in it. Your voice, your heart, your breath, it all moves and sounds and vibrates with the entire known and unknown universe in a web of interconnectivity, in a beautiful plasm of love. We're all held in this energy, this force that connects us. We're unconditionally connected. The only condition present in our connection is that everything that we do sends a ripple out into the field of consciousness and affects that field. We have the power in every moment to affect our own energy and to affect the field of human energy, human consciousness, the frequency of our existence here on this planet is directly related to how we choose to be. Bringing all of your awareness and your focus into your body and the energy of your body, your root, red light, your sacrum, orange light, your belly, golden light, your heart, bright green and pink light, your throat, a turquoise light, your forehead, a deep blue, indigo, and violet, and the top of your head and above, a white light with lilac and other gorgeous opalescent colors flickering, opening you up to the oneness that is all that we are, receiving this high vibrational, loving energy. It's all that is here right now. This high vibrational, loving energy flowing through your body, your mind, your soul, flowing through this circle of connectivity that we share, that exists in all time and all space, in no time and no space, throughout all eternity. We are cultivating this light, this unified field of loving light, and surrounding the planet with it. And it is flowing through all of the rivers and streams of the ocean and the animals, the dolphins and the whales and the trees and the rocks and the rivers and the crystals and grass. And it is flowing through every single being. It is flowing through every single being on this planet right now, as we intend and allow to clear and heal the collective traumas and karmas and dramas, and shift this paradigm into a loving, collective field of appreciation, cooperative creation. And so it is, and so you are, and so we are, living in service of love at this time and all times, allowing it to radiate and emanate past, future, present, all times, all dimensions. And so it is. So it is. And so it is. Thank you for sharing your loving energy with all of us tonight. Bring your mind into a field, a beautiful field. With trees. Thank you, Livy. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Anu. Blessed be. Love you, sisters. Love you, circle. Thank you, all of you, beautiful souls who've been joining and listening, who continue to join and listen, and who will be listening to this at a later time, although I feel their presence is now. Yes, I do. And thank you for affirming this connection that we share in loving light with me. And that helps me step into it even more and more and more. And I look forward to that. I look forward to more of it together with you. And together, as we all rise in this space, may this new moon and this Uranus-Taurus transit, this whole thing that's happening right now, support this greater love in the world, this greater life that we have to offer each other. Happy new moon to all. Blessed be. Namaste, Satnam. And I will see you next time, if not sooner. Mwah. Peace and blessings. Ciao for now.